Good day. My name is Ahmed Jassat, and I would just like to go through some tips on Oracle workflow. And I just thought of sharing these tips because I've been through a huge number of issues with Oracle workflow at a client. And I thought instead of letting this knowledge just disappear, to share it with our community. Okay, so a bit about myself. My name is Ahmed Jassat. I have over 15 years experience in Oracle EBS and has worked on numerous implementations around South Africa. I enjoy being proactive. I enjoy sharing my knowledge and sharing my experience with everyone. I was fortunate to speak at the South African Oracle User Group on a number of years. And my main goal is that the more proactive we are, the more reactive we need to be. And passionate about being proactive and resolving issues before they occur. As I say, is the reason for this presentation is to make you and the apps DBA's job easier, so that you can enjoy work. Being proactive is extremely helpful in our industry. And as well as the more proactive we are, the more we improve the quality of the work that we deliver. We don't want to be placed in this guy's situation here in the corner where we are pushed for time, customer is complaining about downtime, service is degrading, and you just receive a lot of emails. So let us be proactive, and I am here to share my tips. These are just helpful tips. As you know, Oracle workflow extremely required component of the Oracle EBS, which sends out emails internally and externally to employees, customers, and vendors. And for those that don't know Oracle Workflow is a tool where it notifies users. So when employees, to give you an example, place a leave request, the manager gets an email saying, employee Ahmed Jassat has applied for leave. The manager can go in and reject the leave or approve the leave, and then the employee will get notified that the leave is approved or rejected. And my first step is to show when you have workflow issues, and if you log an SR, the first thing Oracle will say is upload the log file, or you as a DBA want to see where the error is. And this is this SQL that you can run against your database to see where the workflow log file is, right? And you can open the log file and view it, right? And just to give you an example, I ran it in SQL Developer, and I had to, due to compliance issues, I had to create out the full location, but it will be full location, and that will be the name of the file, so that you can go and open it or upload it to support or share it with your DBAs there to see how we can resolve the issue. Workflow tip 2 is from the back end, how to check if workflow is running. There's the SQL there. And once you run the SQL, you can see the component workflow mailer. The startup mode we have set is to automatic, and whether the component is running or not. Right, workflow tip 3, is how to check this is a very useful SQL here, is how to check the workflow sent in the last hour. And you normally get people coming to you and saying, you know what, I applied for leave and my manager never get notification. So you can then run this against your database and see whether what workflows were submitted in the last hour. And there's an output there, and as you can see over here, it shows you that this PO has been approved, it's been sent, and when it was, the status, whether it has left our organization or whether it has left our database, Workflow tip 4, and this is the SQL to see all statuses of your workflow. All right, so this is also useful to run where you can export it from SQL Developer into an Excel and send it to your functional users if they're asking what's happening with our workflow, which workflows were sent. And as you can see there, I ran it, and you can see all whether it's open, close, whether it's sent, and you can see this one is still sitting and been waiting for, you know. So you can export it to Excel and send it to your functional consultants or upload it to SR. So this is extremely useful as well. Workflow tip 5, and this is where we see a lot of problems, is sometimes when the functional administrators or the HR department upload user information, they put spaces in the email addresses. So a manager will come to us and say, my employees have applied for leave, but I have received no email. And you can use this SQL there to see whether in your EBS database, there are emails with spaces, you know, and there's an example, and you can see it's picked up 2 usernames there, which have spaces. Unfortunately, I had to hash out the usernames. The reason being is I don't want to share client information. And the workflow tip 6 is to update the email addresses with spaces. And there's the SQL there. So once you found out that the email addresses has spaces, go to your functional administrators or your user management team, get the correct email addresses, and use this query: update WF local roles, set email address to the correct email where username, and you can place the username on the EBS system. All right. Now, as you know, this is the screen to set your workflow parameters, which connects to your email accounts, right? So outbound and inbound, right? There are 2 options. The first option is you can physically go in and add these parameters on your workflow screen, all right? And it sometimes takes long, and sometimes, you know what, you have to store the information, and you can't, and if you want to script it, you need a second option. And the second option is to do it from the backend. The backend is there is a script located under the F&D top SQL. The script is called afsbcpup.sql. All right. If you run the script as an apps user, you can update all these parameters. All right. So what I've done is to make it easy for you, and what I've done for my DBAs is to make it easy for them. I table the parameters that we use on a weekly basis or monthly basis. So for the workflow notification mailer, it's 10006, inbound server name, outbound user, reply to address, test address, and username as well, just to make everyone's life easier. And as you can see there, the values to update from the backend, I'm just putting the screenshot so that you can know which is which. 10079 is that one, 10110 307 is that one, 1069 is that one, and 10089 is that one. So you can run it against the database, and you can put in the correct, it will ask you what is the correct parameter, and you put it in from the back end. So when you go from the front end, it's easy. All right. Now, what I've done is, on that script, it doesn't allow you to update the password. All right. So I have emailed Oracle development and asked them, how do we update the password? So Oracle development has shared 2 scripts with me, how to update the passwords for the outbound and the inbound. And unfortunately, the scripts aren't available on my Oracle support. You have to log in SR and they will email you. Or what you can do is email me, and I will send you this presentation and the scripts as well. So the usage is at WF mailer IMAP inbound user, and you run the script, which is the SQL, and the password, that would be, I just put it generic, welcome 123, and the parameter 10006, right? And for outbound, it's the same, is the script name, the password, and the parameter. So that will allow you to update these password fields. All right. Thank you for taking the time to view the session. My main motto is to take challenges and issues and turn them into opportunities. Remember, the more happy clients we have, the better our industry is. Please visit my YouTube page for more innovation and more sessions. If you would like a copy of this presentation and the scripts, please email me at ahmed.jassat@yahoo.com, or you can call me, and there is my number there. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the session, and please give me feedback. Bye-bye.